Greetings, greetings, greetings. Welcome, everybody. Today, we want to welcome you to JCBIY Events Talk Show. And I am your co host, and not usually the one doing the announcement today, but we have some special guests today and special topics that I am super excited to sit back and watch these ladies talk about something that is affecting so many people, and I know is going to affect me in the not too distant future. So I am super excited. I am Jordina Yates. I am a motivational speaker and founder of Chosen Career Consultants. We inspire you to understand and know that you do not have to sit and wait to be chosen for your career, that you have choices and options and can take the power into your own hands. So I'm going to turn this
Preach.
over. Yes, I'm going to turn this over to our host for today, and our host every week, as well as the executive producer of the show.
Hi, I am Valencia M. And as my co host Jordina said, I am the host of the JCBIY Events Talk Show. And today we have a couple of special guests, and I'll let everyone know what our topic is after they introduce themselves. Okay,
Oh,
so
hooking them in.
I know, right? You got a couple more minutes now. You got a couple more minutes that you gotta tune in so you can see what we. Okay, so
Hi, I'm Yvette Rideout. I am a tax preparer, former grant writer. I also am a housewife now. And so I'm happy to be here with these young ladies here this evening, and we'll talk soon.
all right, thank you.
I got a lot to say.
Okay, yes, you do.
Hi, I'm Valeria Gardner, aka Lady D of I Dare You to Dance, baby. Yes.
Oh, yes.
I'm a Zumba instructor, and that's all I do now. I love to dance. That's it. So I love
You
teaching.
get them moving.
That's
You
it.
get
Yeah.
them moving. Okay, yes. So today our topic is menopause. We we decided that we wanted to talk about this today because it's something like I'm over 50. And so well, she's not over 50 yet. But
I was gonna say, don't put that. We are not all
Okay.
over 50. Don't put
but
that
you'll be
out
there
here.
soon.
I
You're gonna
know,
be there
I
soon,
know.
okay? So, but Lady D and Yvette, we're all over 50, and it's something that we wanted to talk about because it affects every woman, and it will affect every woman if you make it to menopausal age. And so this was just a topic that we wanted to just kind of like discuss, see how people feel, what their experiences are, and talk about what our experiences are because of the fact that with women, we go through things and we suffer in silence
Oh.
so often. And it's okay. You know, we want you to know that it's okay. This is something that's natural. It's not a disease. It's not a sickness. It is something that you will naturally go through as you age and mature. And it's something to embrace. My philosophy is anything that happens in my life or to my body or to me, it's meant to be.
Right.
So I'm not fighting it. And first of all, I don't want to have no more kids. Okay, at this age, if somebody told me, when people ask me about pregnancy, I'm like, you gonna fight me? You must be wanting to fight me. You talking about I'm pregnant? No, I don't want no more children. Okay, I want to be able to send them home. I'm okay with grandchildren. Okay, so I just want to get your experience of it, and I want to get my mom, who's Lady D. That's my mama. I want to get their experiences, what they've been dealing with in the menopausal, going through menopause. So, Yvette, tell us what you've been going through.
Going through one right now.
Okay.
Hot flashes,
Okay,
those
wait, let me
those
stop.
hot flashes are just horrible.
It's okay to
Yes, I'm about to. I'm about to say it. I'm about to say it.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Okay.
for me, it's been a combination of a lot of things. It's been a whole lot of anxiety. It's been not knowing exactly what's going on at the time until you really sit down and you reflect and say, oh well, this is new. When it's something that's new, it's always a scary type of thing. And so for me, it's been anxiety, hot flashes, mood changes, weight gain and loss, just a combination of things so far, you know. And so with that being said, you know, when the onset of it been going on for about a year and a half now, and just with like having other women that, because normally I don't really have women that's my age, because I'm not really my age, of course. But most of my friends are, you know, a substantial amount of years younger than I am. So they don't have no idea what I'm talking about. And then so for, you know, the women that do, they're like, oh no, I go through that too. So it's refreshing just to have other people that you can sit down and talk to about it without feeling like you're going crazy. You know, because that's a big part of for me is to be able to have somebody that you can talk to and not, like she said, sit in silence and suffer when, you know, it is, you know, things, I'm sure that she'll get into it later on, that you can do. Your eating has to change, exercising, and talking. Talking, when you speak stuff out loud, it makes so much more sense than when you hold it in and thinking about it. So,
so Bob, what's been your experience with menopause?
On my side, because I think that you're going through it naturally. Okay, and mine is not. Mine was brought on from the operation, from having a hysterectomy. So it's not so much of a big difference. It's the way that it happens. Because like you said, the younger people don't know anything about it. And they need to be aware that there is help out there for them. Even their family members, just talk to someone, excuse me, when you feel something that's not right and you visit your doctor and your doctor tells you that you're going through a phase of menopause, you need to know that you have friends and family that are there for you, because it will take you to the brink of depression, anxiety, and just want to take somebody by their neck and strangle them, because that's how it hits you. Like you said, your mood swings change up on you. Sometimes you don't even know where the hell you're at when you're out there in the street. You can stop dead in your tracks and say, what the heck happened? Where am I? And that's the bad part of it, because you're not thinking about it coming on. You're thinking about getting rid of it. That's it. With me, I had to have the operation, and the doctor told me that I was going to go through that phase. So when I did start that phase and I felt that first little, oh God, no, I said, no, I can't do this. Because the worst thing that you want to do is out there in a crowd and you're sweating. You start to sweat. Everything that you have on gets wet, including your pants. And you can't, and then the next thing, you're dry. You don't feel it. The sweat's gone, but the rings and the circles are still all over your body.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
But that really, really hurts. To get over it, I have an estrogen patch, and I've had it since 2005, 2006, somewhere around in there. I got an estrogen patch, and I don't have that problem.
Wait a minute, hold on. I hate to stop you here, but y'all, I have like 7,000 questions already. We 3 minutes in, and I got 7,000 questions, because you just said 2005. It is 2020. How long am I going to go through menopause? Like, I need to know, how long does this last?
Oh wow, it depends on the person.
I'm confused.
You can have symptoms of menopause throughout the rest of your life. You may still get, you know, hot flashes and everything, because you have to remember that your body is no longer producing something that it used to produce. So, and it was producing it naturally.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, why do they tell us these things? Because hold on, let me be clear. You know how many times I wish away my period each month? Like, okay, let's this period. I'm tired of it. Because then they make that sound like that's the plus side, right? Like that's a
plus side. That is a plus side when the period goes away. But they don't tell you about that other side.
But no one said that this was what you said, 2005. I was like, this is 15 years later. Why are we still going through this?
Yes. Well, that's why I had the patch.
Literally, not all women go through that, all of those years. But I think I spoke with a couple of my aunts that they don't have a period anymore. They had theirs naturally or whatever. But they are not, this is another thing, also sexually active. You know what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
think for women that are or still have a sexually active life, that estrogen is the
Yes.
key component to
Okay.
being
Need it.
available.
Mm-hmm.
And because they don't have that, you know,
Yeah.
they're in their early 60s and stuff like
Mhm.
that, but they're
Mm-hmm.
not interested in sex anymore. So,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
for that for them, they don't have any symptoms anymore. Their period don't come on, and also they're not having sex.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's not always the case,
Right.
because
Exactly.
we know in some retirement homes, how
Right.
venereal diseases go around because they get
Exactly.
sick. Okay,
Right.
Right.
so
Mm-hmm.
just because you're at a certain age doesn't mean that you're not going to still be sexually active
Exactly.
and have that
Exactly.
desire and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
you may end up, like I said, with those symptoms ongoing
Mhm.
until that is not a part of your life.
So
Yeah.
what was the age range, I guess? Because so I was having what I thought was hot flashes. And it
Yeah.
actually ended up turning out to be I was having an issue with my thyroid, and that's really what it was.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
thought I was having hot flashes. So my gynecologist gave me a test to see whether or not I was premenopausal, which I think is funny that they now have a test to tell you whether you're but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
didn't know about that. Okay.
so I took the test. She
Mhm.
said I wasn't premenopausal.
Mhm.
So that's when we identified the issue. But I guess what I'm trying to figure out then is what's the age range where, I mean, because I know it differs for everybody.
Yeah, but it
Like,
can go from 29 years old and up.
Yeah, depending on whether
You
it's
start.
induced by, having
Right.
a
Yes.
surgery,
Right.
right.
Mm-hmm.
or if it's natural. But there's some women who have it naturally at that age or whatever.
Yes.
So,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
really, it depends on your reproductive health.
Yeah.
Yes.
Genetics.
Yeah.
It could be any of those things that. But once you're over 30, like once you're past the childbearing years, which is like what, between 18 and like
Mm-hmm.
27, 28 or
Oh,
whatever.
that's what childbearing years
Yeah,
are?
hey, child. I don't know. I ain't make them rules, but
Childbearing years nowadays is 50 years old and a little bit more than that.
mm.
So
But your body begins to, I told you this earlier. It begins to get ready for menopause. It's
yes.
getting ready.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're seeing all those changes going on, and it may not be as severe as like irregular periods or like the hot flashes or whatever. But there are things that we think, oh, this is just me getting older. I mean, I'm changing life or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it is definitely, your body getting ready for menopause.
Yes.
But changes like what? Because this is what
Mhm.
becomes, and I'm trying not to listen. It's 2020. We're in the
Mhm.
midst of a pandemic. Now y'all sitting here giving me something else to worry about. Like now my heart is beating. I mean seriously, like
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. Like
Yeah.
there's a level of anxiety that comes, right? Like
Mhm.
Yes.
I don't have an issue with changes, but I need to know. Like I need to be prepared. And
See,
so I guess the question becomes then, what are some of those changes that your body starts going through, and how does it feel like this isn't an ailment or a disease or something that I have to like panic or worry about? Like how do you get ready for it then, I guess?
Well, for me, the most important thing is to already be in tune with your body.
mm-hmm.
Number one,
Yeah.
and then you go to the doctor and you get blood work drawn
Mhm.
because your blood work determines a lot of things that you may not, like for me, I didn't realize that I was in menopause because I don't feel old enough to be in menopause, you know what I mean? And then, I've never really had aches and pains or anything like, you know, quote unquote, woman of my age would, normally have or whatever. So I had to actually go to the doctors and get blood work drawn. And, and some things can mimic other things. Like you said, started
Yeah.
out with that, having hot flashes and it wound up being thyroid. So it's book, no book that's going to tell you, well, when you having this is what it's going to be or anything like that.
Mhm.
But the most important thing is to, when you notice something,
Yeah.
get your blood work drawn.
Mhm.
And then,
Yeah.
you have, when like speaking on topics like this is going to be helpful because then you can go back to, oh, well, she said this may happen or that may happen. And then we didn't have that. I didn't have
Right.
nobody
Yeah.
speaking to me
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
about something that may happen or may not
Yeah.
happen, whatever.
Yeah.
So, you just have to be very in tune with your body and, you know, Yeah, the doctor.
Yeah.
Go
No,
to your
I
dentist,
think
pay
that's super
attention.
helpful.
Yeah.
I keep a health log.
Mhm.
I keep a health log because I have an autoimmune disease with
Mhm.
lupus, and so I keep a health log because when I eat certain things, my lupus flares up, or when I do certain
Mhm.
things, my lupus flares up,
Exactly.
or if I'm super tired, then I write that down, like what's bringing about this fatigue. So I keep that health log, but I never even thought about it in terms of menopause. Like for me,
Yeah.
it was like two things. You know, my period gets to go away,
Mhm.
and oh my God, I'm gonna be a raving lunatic. And that was all I mean, seriously, but that's all I knew about menopause. It was like we waited as a kid, like, oh my God, is mom going through like, is she crazy? Like, is she going through menopause?
Exactly. Mhm.
Right.
So we
PMS
didn't do
though,
actual-
Right. That was just PMS. That was just regular old PMS.
How about
But,
that? Okay.
but that's the point, right? The point is that you
Mhm.
start getting older, and it's like, well, what's just regular PMS versus a menopause mood swing, or not
No.
feeling like, and that's I
Okay.
think we don't
That
talk
make
enough about.
and that makes a lot of sense now. You remember those little things that never used to bother you when you accidentally knock something off the table? You wouldn't have a problem with just bending down and getting that up. In the menopause, when you accidentally knock something off the table, it can be a big catastrophe for you
Mm.
because that little thing will take you over the edge. Or maybe not over the edge, but to the edge, where you're at the point that, what the hell is wrong with me? What the hell is going on? So little things that you used to do so well, and it didn't irritate you if you messed up on it.
Mhm.
Menopause takes you to that phase of saying, oh man, I don't think I want to do that. Because I remember
And I could
screwing that up
cry
the
or
last
want to kill
time.
somebody,
Right.
right? I
Yes,
could cry or want to murder
that's
somebody.
right. That's exactly right. And you sit there and look. So you can lose your confidence.
Yeah. Yep. Because you're
And
getting older.
depression is no joke.
Everything's changing. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you don't want that. You
Anxiety.
want something that's going to be comfortable for you and your body.
Yeah.
You're trying to find it. So you're both fighting. It's like, what is it? Yin and yang.
Mhm.
And you're like this. Okay, but you need the help. You need that help.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You cannot do menopause by yourself. If you do it by yourself, you will have a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need somebody that's been through it, somebody that's going through it, and you can help each other out.
But
I
that's been
started.
that's been our message about
Mhm.
everything, though.
Yeah.
Like, why do we
Help,
have
get
this
help.
thing
Yeah.
of going
Mhm.
through it by ourselves? Like, what is this like in anything? Not
Yeah.
just this, but that's been
Yeah.
our message with all the topics. Like,
Mhm.
it's okay to have help. It's okay to have an accountability partner or somebody you can talk to. Or
Mhm.
I don't understand why we feel like we have to suffer in
In
silence.
silence. Because that's how our genetics are made up.
Right.
And I couldn't understand because we want to be to ourselves. We don't want anybody else to see us. I don't want you to see me like that.
Right.
I can see me like that, but I don't want you to see me like that. And until we start sharing that, we're gonna always have a problem.
And
Always
then
have a problem.
Yeah.
the important thing is that, I mean, it's all really a part of life, and you just it's not the worst thing that could happen.
Mhm.
You know what I
No,
mean?
it's
You don't want
not.
to get stuck in just being afraid to change life either. You don't want to, it's something to look forward to because you won't have a period again.
Mm-hmm.
But so, and it's things out here that will help you deal with the physical part of, you know, losing your loop, your some women have vaginal dryness and
Mhm.
different
Yeah.
things like that. There are
Mhm.
so many. Thank God I haven't had that yet. But but but
Bye.
when I do need it, I will, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's nothing
Mhm.
embarrassing. It's not, something that to be ashamed of. And a
Yeah.
lot of times, we look and it's like overnight for it. To me, it seemed like it was overnight for me. I was just like, it's nothing to be ashamed of, though. We have to just stick together as, women and
Mm-hmm.
be able to talk about personal issues like that because it happens.
Well, and it's getting to that point because you have women. I started, oh gosh, this was 6 years ago. I went on I did a page. I brought a page up and I wanted to do menopause. and nobody came to the page. I just left it alone. And now I'll bet you if I start that page up, people start flocking in and they'll be talking to each other about their problems that they had.
They need that. They need that.
Yeah.
But what I feel like is what we have a problem with in our society and being in America, because we worship youth.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone is young and vibrant, you know, that's all we have. You know, all the movies, everything that I see now. And of course, when you're younger, you don't realize that it's all geared towards youth. The movies, TV shows, we keep getting Spider-Man that's like younger and younger and younger. And I'm like, dude, Spider-Man is old by now. Okay, he's been around since like the 50s or something. That boy is
impress me with a 55-year-old Spider-Man.
Please tell me yes. But we're our society, it just reveres youth. And when we get older, we want to put everyone away. Like you don't see like these starlets when they're in their 70s. Like Sean Connery just died and he was 90 something. You ain't see him. You didn't see pictures of him or anything like that. It's like, this is crazy. This is what you have to look forward to. The person, I'm 52 years old. So anyone that's in their 20s, this is, I'm gonna hurt you. This is what you have to look forward to. Okay, it's a part of life. It is a part of the circle and the cycle of life. So embrace it. So, you know, we have a lot of women who get depressed because they can no longer have children. They know that they're no longer able. Yeah, I don't know.
Wow, were you gonna have one? Were you gonna?
I guess they want the option. So yeah. And so that's what we need to be. We need to, you know, start embracing, you know, the stages in your life. You are still okay. You got to wake up this morning. Right?
That's right.
Okay. And even though I thought that I was in menopause, like I was having like those premenopausal symptoms and stuff, like because I was getting like little flashes here and there. It's nothing like what you have described. So I know that I'm not there yet, but I know that it's coming. And so it's something that you know, not that I look forward to dealing with all of that, you know, but I know that it's a part of life. It's a part of my circle and my cycle of life.
But then again, it might miss you. You may not, just what you're having now, that may be all that you ever get.
Okay.
Wait, it can miss me too? Okay, let's talk about that.
You can just have just a couple of hot flashes.
I'm signed up for that. I'm signed up for that.
So it affects everybody so differently. So, and now that I don't have that problem, as long as I'm taking, I keep my patch.
You're good.
If I forget to take it.
But this is one of the things that super concerns me. And I was so excited to hear you talk about this because I know you're a super all natural and not about like the medications.
Yeah.
I'm not able to take hormones. Because of the lupus, I can't take estrogen and like I can't have that additional supplements. And so once it's gone, I'm gonna have to find natural ways to replace that kind of stuff because I can't do
the synthetic.
I can't do those things because then it causes lupus to have issues. So I can't replace one set of symptoms for another set. That's what we need to talk about. So what's some of the natural?
Well, listen, I gotta see because I was looking up some stuff. You know what I mean? Because my thing is. I don't, you know, like you said, I don't want to take medication. I want to be able to deal with things in a more natural way. And there's a new science that is bioidenticals, okay? And the bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. And it was on Oprah at one time, okay? So we have those as a, you know, as something that we can use, but also doing things as far as like your diet. When you're not eating a lot of processed food and you're staying healthy and natural in that way, please believe me, that helps in so many ways. I can't even stress to you how much changing my diet has helped me because I dealt with fibroids and I don't have the issues that I had before because I started
eating meat.
Right.
I started feeding them.
And dairy, because dairy was definitely a trigger for me. So, you know, now and then I want some bacon. I'm going to eat some bacon, okay? I'm just going to do it.
Maybe a piece of cheese.
Every now and then, I get a little something, okay? But for the most part, you know, I try to stay with, you know, fruits and vegetables, healthy grains and everything. And with what was the other thing I wanted to say? This is something. This is menopause right here. I don't know. Getting old.
When your brain.
Yeah, I was like, there was something going on there. I'll come back to that again.
So black cohosh was one that I heard of. Like
Okay.
it like was I guess like a supplement that was an all natural supplement that you could take. So I don't know if that's something.
Oh my.
But it's, you know, I think when you realize the relationship of food to health issues, it's kind of a crazy thing. Like you really don't realize it, but until you remove it from your diet, and then you start feeling better. You're like, really? I mean, really? That Chick-fil-A sandwich really did all that though? Like, really though? Like, it really caused all of that to happen? All I wanted was the Lord's chicken. That was it. I just wanted a little Chick-fil-A.
Well,
And that's supposed to be the best place to get your chicken.
I
That's a grill without the bun.
I love it.
So there is okay, let me tell you. Estriol is something that I saw a little bit about, okay?
So you do the estrogen patch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you take anything?
No, I don't take anything.
You don't take anything for it?
Not yet.
Okay.
No, I haven't gotten to the point where I feel like it's unbearable. Because, like, you know, physically is something wrong with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have not had any physical experiences that relate this, you know, on account of, you know, changing life. But right now it's just an emotional, mental type of thing.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not all the time. You know what I mean? It's not all the time. And I do still have my period as old as I am. So
You still have a period?
I can't wait for her to say. She's not gonna say. How old are you? 25. Devil is a lie. Then you just tell her to embrace. Yell at her, host. Tell her to embrace it.
Embrace it, okay? You're getting
How
old.
old are you?
You're getting old.
How old are you, Vet?
I'm 56.
56?
Listen.
57
Okay.
in February.
Listen, I said the same thing. You better.
Child.
Listen. Yeah, look,
You
that's
better stop. Big time. Yes.
Every 28 days.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't have my tubes aren't tied or anything like that.
Mhm.
Those eggs are fried, dyed, and laid to the side.
Ain't no other babies coming.
Laid to the side.
Ain't no other babies coming. But okay, so then let me say this though, right? Because you talked about though being willing to now talk to people, right? Like being able to share, because that's something that we don't always do.
Right.
And although you haven't had the physical symptoms, sometimes those emotional ones can be even worse, like the when it starts to play on your mind and stuff like that. So would you be willing to talk to someone, like a professional someone? Like, is that something that you'd be willing to?
I'm always willing to talk to somebody professional about everything. But, you know, I have not, I find that checking myself, for me, checking myself when I feel a little anxious or I feel a little angry or sad or, you know, according to what time of the month it is for me, you know, and then, you know, what's all going on around. Nothing ain't got to happen for me to just bust out and be mad. I'm being in a nasty mood.
Yeah.
Nothing to happen. It's just, you know, I'm in a nasty mood. Leave me alone. You know, and so for, you know, to be able to talk to somebody, I think once you're aware of what's going on with you,
self-awareness.
You know what I'm saying, is to me is more, because I don't know what a doctor could tell me that I don't already know about what's going on with me, other than this is something that you have to go through. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds like a resistance to therapy, though. But I'm not gonna say that. But no, but I mean, because I think agreed, right? But sometimes just being able to talk to somebody helps.
I agree.
It helps.
Yeah, it really does. Yes.
I don't feel like it would be anything that could not, you know, that could go wrong with that.
Right.
But I think for me, what has helped me is to be able to have people around me that is going through the same thing, because I'm the type of
A
person.
club. You need a little menopause.
I'm the type of person that if I already see that you ain't made $1 million and you trying to tell me how to make $1 million, I don't want to talk to you anyway. You know what I mean? So
Right.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So that means that's why she don't want me to join the menopause club. That's why she don't think I'm supposed to be here today, because I ain't flat. But I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to be prepared. That's all I want out there.
For some women, so I've heard that menopause actually send women into craziness.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then, for those people, it's not as, some people don't have severe cases of it. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so for those people that do, we need to go ahead and seek some counseling.
Help them out. It's like helping a sister out.
Here,
Right.
before menopause, I was crazy.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So now that, you know what I mean, I'm in menopausal state, it's just a little icing on,
A little bit.
you know what I'm saying? So, hey,
You certified now though. You need papers now. You got papers on it.
paperwork. I've been crazy. So I don't know why.
Got paperwork.
But I'm gonna say that I think that but diet and exercise also, I think
I believe that too. Yes.
will
It does a lot.
determine the severity
Mhm.
you go
Right.
through also.
Yeah.
So, that's, as being a health coach, I'm talking to people all the time about what you're putting in your body.
Mhm.
You wouldn't put diesel fuel in your car.
Mhm.
So why do you put junk in your body?
Exactly.
They work the same. You put
Mhm.
the proper thing and you use the proper energy source for your body. You should be doing that.
Yeah.
And so when you're eating McDonald's or fast food, let me not say McDonald's, but when you're eating fast food, or you're eating when you don't shop the perimeter of the supermarket, and you're all in those middle aisles with the whatever box stuff and
Yep,
the
you're getting
canned
sucked
stuff
in.
that's got all that high sodium and stuff.
Mhm.
You should have more fruits and vegetables in your diet than you have of anything else. I'm not saying that everybody is going, eat perfectly all the time, because I don't. Listen, we having a pizza party tonight. I want some pizza, so I'm ready for my pizza. So,
Mhm.
and will I suffer a little bit from that? Yes, I will. But you know what? I will clean it
I'm
up.
gonna have
I
my
will,
pizza.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'll fast or whatever, so that I don't have to, carry that with me. But you still have to give that. You have to give your body time. Your body is made perfectly. The
Mhm.
Creator made us perfectly, and so it does everything that it's supposed to do. It will heal itself if you give it what it needs to
Yep.
do that.
That's
And
it.
that goes with anything that we're going through, whether it's COVID or whether it's menopause.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Mhm.
That's all I gotta say about that.
But it's always good to have just to know that no matter what you're going through, what your struggles are, that's going to be a part of your life. You're going to get a little piece of it. And then, like I said, it may pass you, but I doubt that. You're going to get a little piece of it. And people that don't know about it, have no idea of what is going on, will not recognize it when it hits them, because they're not watching their bodies.
Yeah.
They don't know what's going on with their bodies. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And doctors, let me tell you, doctors' jobs are to give you medication. They're gonna diagnose you, but they're gonna give you a pill,
Yeah, exactly.
which the
Mhm.
pills always cause something else.
Yes.
Surgeons want to cut on you. Okay, that's what they do. They go to school so that they can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So when you already have some knowledge of whatever is going on with you, you're equipped with that. And you look up things that maybe this is something, whatever path you want to take, you have to direct them. Because guess what? When you go into a doctor's office and you give them the symptoms that you have, you know what? And they like, oh yeah, okay. And they go back. What they going? They going into their office and they looking that crap up. Okay.
Exactly. That's right.
Especially if it's not something that they see often.
Mm-hmm.
And listen. So it's a good thing that we have, Google and other things that we can go
You can
look
look
up
things
stuff,
up. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Healthline or WebMD and all that kind of stuff. It's great to be able to do that,
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes we get we get a little carried away.
Yeah,
with
don't
that
get
too.
stuck on that.
Don't,
Yeah.
Don't get
Mhm.
stuck on
Go
that.
to a doctor, be diagnosed.
Yes.
Then you can
Mhm.
look up remedies.
Yeah.
And there's always holistic ways of dealing with anything.
Yeah.
You do not have to
It's
go
true.
through,
Yeah.
taking medication for anything. Food is medicine. Food
And
is
that's
medicine.
exactly right. And people need to know the side effects also of certain medications.
Mhm.
The estrogen, it has side effects. And when I found out that cancer was part of it, I had to make that decision of
Right.
whether or not I wanted to go that route or don't take anything.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Mhm.
since it was that part, that side of it, I was not going through life the way that I felt.
Yeah.
So I needed something. So I said, well, I can try it. And all that time, and nothing's ever happened to me. So the good Lord is saying, okay, I'm looking out for you. Don't worry about a thing. You're fine.
Okay. All right.
Yep,
I
so-
mean, I got my takeaway list. Like my list right now is, which I appreciated what Vet was saying, just about being self-aware, paying attention to your body, making sure
Mhm.
that you know your body. I think that self-awareness in life is key, and is definitely important in terms of your health. So I think that self-awareness is huge.
Mhm.
I appreciate and believe in what you say about the things that you put in your body, what you eat. And I mean, I said to a coworker the other day, I was like, eat like you give a damn about yourself.
Yes.
And she was like, oh my God, you're right. Like it changed her whole, she sent me a
Mhm.
text the next day. It was like,
I love
yo,
it.
it made, she's like, now I go into the store, it's like, I don't give a damn about myself. Like, I give a damn about myself. She's like, this is how I shop now. Like, okay, I don't give a damn about, okay, I give a damn. Like, and so, but I think that's huge. So that's helpful, is just, watch
Yes.
what you're eating. And then not just that, but also physical activity. I
Yes.
think when you release certain, just
What do they call them?
endorphins
Endorphins?
from working out and
Mhm.
just stretching and getting your body moving is different.
That helps your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think
Yeah.
just in terms of like knowing that you aren't crazy, like you said, or that you're not by yourself, or that you're crazy. But like you said, but when you knock something over, and all of a sudden, if it wouldn't have bothered you before and now it is, it's like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm clearly going through this, and so
Yes.
I need to figure out what's going to be my path and what's going to be my remedy. And I think
Mhm.
that, I mean, like I said, those are the takeaways for me, because I need you to stop saying that it might not skip me. I need you to speak positivity in my life, though. Okay? It's gonna skip. I need everybody to say, it's gonna skip you. It's gonna skip
It's gonna
you.
skip
Okay?
right over you.
I
Don't worry about a thing, baby.
talk that negativity. We talk positivity. It's gonna skip. But no, I think it's important to know, you know what I mean, that way you pay attention. So
Yes. Mhm.
I appreciate that in terms of being able to be a part of this conversation for that alone.
And always know that there's somebody in your corner. There's always somebody there. You have to recognize that they are there for you.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Yep. There's always somebody there, always, because somebody's already been through it or are going through it too. So yeah.
But I mean, think about this pandemic time, right? Like, think about
Mhm.
people having to be quarantined. I mean,
Yes.
all you ladies are married, but when
Mhm.
you are single and quarantined by yourself, right? It's different. And I'm get it. It's probably just as different to be quarantined with somebody and
Mhm.
married, because you're like, okay, I might smother him with this pillow tonight. But
Why
when
is
you're
he here?
but when you're single and you're home alone and you're going through it alone, um, it's different, and people truthfully look at singles differently. It's kind of like the ageism, right? Like sometimes
Yeah.
when you're single, you
Mhm.
don't get invited to events, you get left out of things, you aren't as a part of situations, and so when those things happen, you do end up feeling alone, whether or not people mean to or not. You end up feeling alone, and so they need to know that they're not. And I think that's the point. You may feel that way, but you're not.
But you're not. Exactly. Mhm.
Let me just say this also.
Yeah.
When you're single, I think more than not, you alienate yourself because you're single. There's been 1,000 things that single people have been invited to that they just don't show up to. So when you feel like people don't want to come, then they just don't, you know what I mean?
We're dealing with other issues on the air. This is not even about this menopause topic right now.
Is she talking about you?
We got off topic.
She's single, but she has family that she really
knows she loves.
She
Yeah,
loves.
she know that she's loved. Yes.
I can't with her. Okay, so look, I just wanted to talk about the 3 surefire strategies to fight, menopause, or to help you go.
Okay.
So phytoestrogens. If you take phytoestrogens, they're plant-based estrogens before menopause, can moderate day-to-day estrogen levels. Okay, so that's something that you can do, and there's natural ways, like we were saying. Royal maca also seems to be an amazing adaptogenic herbal solution for menopause. Okay, and it says to be sure to avoid the inexpensive ones. Get the real deal from Peru.
Hold on.
Yes.
So these are supplements I'm supposed to be taking now
These
before
are
it
things
starts?
that you can begin. Yes, that you
can take. Yeah.
Okay.
So what? So
I hate when they get these names to stuff. What
I
the
know. Phytoestrogens are found in licorice and alfalfa.
And I don't like either one. I don't like licorice.
I love licorice.
And I don't like no alfalfa either.
Down to with some stuff, okay?
Looks like grass on my salad. I don't even understand. Okay. I'm a sucker through it. What else?
Omega-3s.
Oh, I like omega-3s.
Okay,
Okay, go ahead.
Right,
Omega-3s. I can do those.
So omega-3s, they have it's a high-quality animal-based omega-3 supplements, such as krill oil and
cod liver oil.
Yeah, cod liver oil. Fish,
yes.
Oysters, flaxseed, chia seeds, walnuts,
all
soybeans. Yeah, you can use all of that.
Yeah, I'm with all that.
Yeah.
I'm with all the flax seeds, all that.
Omega-6, you can eat walnuts, safflower oil, tofu, hemp seed, egg, sunflower. So it's a whole list of things that you can use. And green tea is supposed to be good because it has polyphenols. Okay.
Yes.
It's associated with lower risk of heart disease. Okay.
I'm all for the omega-3s,
all right,
the omega-6s, and them green teas. I still don't know about the phyto, the licorice.
Okay, you like the licorice.
Licorice is so good.
But I like all of that stuff. But but that's stuff that you should just have for good, healthy. I mean, like those omega-3s and stuff. Like that's just good health. Everybody needs those.
Yeah.
Men included.
Yes.
Yeah. We do.
Why did y'all? We may have to continue this conversation. We need a man to come up and talk about how menopause is affecting their lives.
How does it affect you?
We need y'all to bring your husbands the next time. And I'm gonna moderate, even though I'm not supposed to be here since I'm not going to the book. I'm gonna ask the men folk how menopause is affecting their lives.
Yeah.
That's true. That would be good.
I think that would be a good. Yeah. Because you might even learn some things about how, if they're willing to speak freely.
I know, right? I don't know what they're gonna say because they may be afraid.
They may be afraid
to speak. Okay. And
they want to make sure we're not in the room.
We're gonna have to watch that. That'll be giving eyes like. right. That's it right there. That eye. When she get that eye, be like, we're gonna have to put the poor man in witness protection. Right. We're gonna have to put him in a witness protection.
You better not say nothing.
The reality of it is that I think that we're going through menopause together, because you can't tell me that men don't have, that they're not.
They have a cycle.
They have a cycle.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Testosterone is lower and higher.
Mm-hmm.
You go over there in your corner. That's your chair right there. If you need anything, raise your hand.
Oh my.
I'm just joking. No, but I think that they have to, wind up being accountable for some of their mood swings as well. Yeah. And I believe that it.
Me too.
Yeah.
We do.
Listen, aging by itself comes along with. I mean, think about it. At every age, when you go from your 20s into your 30s, into your 40s, into your at every age, we could all have. I had photos done like a few weeks back, and when the email of the photos came, I spent an entire day in bed crying because I thought I looked so old in these pictures. And it wasn't that I looked old, it was that I wasn't 20. Well, I'm not 20. Like that was the stupidest thing. Like, but the last time I had, but the last time I had pictures taken was in my 20s, like professional photos like that.
Yeah.
So when I looked at those photos, and here I go comparing it to these photos now, I'm like, oh my God, who is she? Why is she here? Like, I was dramatic. So I think at every age, men or women, I mean, their bodies are changing at every age. And there's not an official title for theirs. So I don't know that they always, like, one, they don't talk about it. Like, if we don't talk about it, you know they don't talk about it.
But that's what they don't want. They don't, people don't want to age. They want to stay a certain age.
Yeah.
If I could stay the way that I look right now, from here on out, I'm happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's not going to happen. We are going to age. It's inevitable. So that's all part of life.
The way they were or where they were 5, 10, 15 years ago.
Exactly. Exactly. So, and then you have some people that look in the mirror and still see themselves as they were 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And still dress that way too. And then you're like,
oh, well, that's a whole other. We're not going to talk
no,
about
honey, that does not involve you.
What is age appropriate dressing?
Exactly, because you look marvelous.
No, listen. It is, but you know what? And if you think about it, I mean, we could probably even do a show just on the $1 million business that exists. Because let me tell you, I done bought me this little jade roller for my face. Girl, I be rolling my face in the morning to roll up my. I'm like, well, why? Like, you know what I mean? So now I'm jade rolling my face.
Self-care is important.
Yeah, it is.
Self-care is realistic.
Self-care is important.
The jade roller is not going to stop your saggy skin. That's
exactly right. That's it.
All of that stuff in the bottom here is going to have, look, I done got all of
They're going to have this.
A-E-I-O-U. You keep typing your little,
or this.
It's going to keep us right here. That's it.
What the hell is that?
But you know what? This is why I love this show, and this is why I love these conversations, because I really do think women sit and think that they're like the only ones going through something. Like, I don't know why we like suffer in silence. I would talk to a random woman on the street and be like, listen, I woke up this morning and I wasn't feeling it.
You can help me out.
We all go through, like you said, like I didn't even know you had a jade roller. Now we jade roller sisters.
It's important that you know that at some point we are all going to be that way at some point in our lives, because Lord knows I said that I'm 56 years old and you know,
I want to be 56.
I'm sitting up here thinking that she's in her 30s.
I'm a goofball.
And I was like, and 56, I was like, what?
Yeah.
No.
But I'm just thankful and I'm blessed that, you know, I made it to 56.
I was going to say, because the option is,
the option. You know,
Right.
so,
Here.
you know, I'll just tell a couple more lies like I've been doing. See who believes it.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's hard to, you know what I'm saying, keep that lie up.
Okay.
get you a J roller, Seth. Get you a J roller. Get you a J
So I feel good. I'm feel healthy, and you know, I've been working. I started some new things in my life. You know,
Good.
sometimes we can get old and set in our ways.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we think we right about everything, but then when you start doing things that makes you feel good and lively up yourself and stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing lately. It's just doing things that is refreshing. You know, all the 25-year-old spice is in.
Exercise every day, even if it's only for 15, 20, 30 minutes. Do it every day. Even if you just get up and lift your legs up in the air 10 to 15 times.
All right.
Your body is saying, okay, you're waking me up. Okay. And that's going to promote you to do something else.
Yeah.
So I need you to go ahead, chosen career client. I need you to go ahead and plug your platform, because that
Oh,
exercise, I mean, seriously, I have done, you know, the 30-minute Zumbas with you, and that 30
yes.
minutes
Work
just
it out.
gives you, but it works you out, but it's not that, it's like, it gives you energy.
Oh
It's
yeah,
like,
it's
it's
fun.
the weirdest
Mhm.
thing. It's fun.
It's so much
It
fun.
gives
Yeah.
you energy,
Mhm.
and so I feel better. So if you know, we've talked about eating well, we've talked about adding exercise, and because you're talking about adding new things into the mix,
Yes.
doing
Mhm.
new experiences. So let us know how we can find you if we want to do a Zumba class, and how do we make this happen?
Oh, yes. Okay. I Dare You to Dance it is taking off. The only thing is that with everything going on around us now, it's going slow,
Mhm.
which I can handle because when it does take off like I want it to, everybody's going to be on it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
but just all I want you to do is just enjoy yourself.
Mhm.
Zumba is not hard to learn. If you give me what I want, I'll give you what you need. That's
Amen.
part of my motif. And I feel like this, if you can walk, just like somebody I know, you can dance.
Right.
All
Because
right.
if you can talk, you can sing.
All
There you
right.
go.
And that's the way that goes. If you love it, embrace it.
Yeah.
If you think that you can't do it, just do a little bit at a time. Just keep moving your body. All I want to see is you moving your body.
Mhm.
You'll always see me smiling because I love what I do.
Mhm.
Her
Mhm.
last
Move
Zumba
it.
class, her last Zumba class. Let me tell you, at one point I got ready to sit down, and then this older gentleman and his wife popped into the Zumba. And I mean, the man was, I think he was sitting in a wheelchair, or she was like, but they were doing the Zumba. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, well, okay, now you ain't got no excuse, Tradita. You better get your behind up.
Growing up.
And
And for a
so
half an hour class, you can do
yes.
it. You can
I
do
need
it. Yes.
everybody go to Facebook, and follow I Dare You to Dance.
Yeah. The
And
group.
you'll see
Hmm.
Lady D's picture there. And you
Hmm.
can follow her for different events and different things that she's doing. So Facebook, I Dare You to Dance. It will
Yes.
change your life. That little bit of activity will definitely change your life for sure.
Thank you. And I also, and I have to tell you this, JB is my promoter. And she's going to be coming up with something soon for me on how to do not just Zoom, but to also do Zen, which
Yeah.
is the Zumba connection. And
Okay.
so that way we're going to do the programs and then we're going to let people know when to come on.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I think that's huge.
Okay.
And
Yes.
then the other thing that I want to plug, because this is so huge, regardless of whether you're going through menopause or not, um, your food and what you put into your body and how
Yes.
you choose
Mm-hmm.
to fuel, right? I thought that was a great example with the diesel fuel. How you choose to fuel your body matters. And
Mm-hmm.
so I want our health and wellness coach to give everybody her information.
Yes.
Changed my life when it comes to lupus. And I can sit here and get ready to start to cry, but I was on that medication that they were originally thinking was going to cure COVID. And if I had not gotten off of it, I wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
have been able to get that medication during this pandemic because they stopped people from getting it. And I
Oh,
only
yeah.
got off of it because this woman right here helped me change my diet and how I eat and made me give a damn about myself in terms of what I put into my body.
Mm-hmm.
So can you please tell the people, because other people need this, please.
Okay. Well, I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram, and it is Food for Life with Valencia M.
Food for
Life.
life. Give them the
Yes.
tagline. Give them the tagline.
Yes.
Eat like you give a damn about yourself.
Yes, that's right.
Lord have
Yes.
mercy.
I also want to say this about going through menopause and the changes that we're going through as women. You know, we put so much into everyone else,
Mm.
into our families. You know, whether it's our children, whether it's our parents, whether it's aunts, uncles, or whoever else,
Mm-hmm.
co-workers, everyone else, and we do not put enough into ourselves. You have to give to yourself. Stop giving everything to everyone else, and then you have nothing left.
Yes.
You
Yes.
gotta be
Mm-hmm.
selfish sometimes because
Mm-hmm.
people they're going to continue, and it's not that they don't love you. They're going to continue to take as long as you give. You
Mhm.
got to give to yourself. If just like when you're in an airplane, what do they tell you to do? If there's a problem and those little the oxygen masks come up, put it
Mhm.
on yourself first, and
Yeah.
then you go and help other people. And that's what we need to be doing as women. That way, the things that we deal with that's coming natural to our bodies, we will be in tune to ourselves. As long as you're going and going and going, and you're not, paying attention to what's going on in your body, then yeah, it's going to be a shock when it starts to happen.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
just,
Mhm.
that's a message that I definitely want to, get
Mhm.
across to everyone. And self-care. Self-care is important.
Yes.
And it's Susan Sunday, yes.
Yes, self-care.
In 2 weeks, Lady D is going to be here. She's going to be our guest speaker again, or a special guest, and we're going to talk about Zumba. And if she
Mhm.
wants to, get us moving and motivated,
Yes, I
doing a
would
little
love
Zumba
to.
class,
Yes.
that's what we're
Yes.
going to do. We're going to move around here, okay?
Yes.
Oh, I need a new cute workout outfit for this one.
And I got some hot salsa routines for you guys
Oh,
too.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay.
I
Yes.
love it. I
All
love
right,
it. I love it. I
yes.
love it.
All
Since
right.
we're talking about self-care,
Mm-hmm.
come on. I need you to plug Susan Sundays,
yeah.
lady.
Yes.
Susan Sundays here. We will be starting it back in the spring of the year.
Mhm.
We have Yasmin. She's our
Our our professional massage
Mhm.
therapist.
right, and then we
Okay.
have
Yeah.
Food for Life with Valencia
I
M.
cook.
And then we have access to the jacuzzi spa and so much. We have live entertainment from our great Mr. John Carr, and
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so that'll be starting back in the spring.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Good.
And so right
Yeah.
now we're just going to be concentrating on moving forward. Some Fridays or Saturdays we may have open mic.
Okay.
We had
Um,
one 2 weeks ago.
we
And
had
it was
one.
it was nice.
It was really nice.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we had
Mhm.
bonfires
Yeah.
was back
Mhm.
there, and we had
Mm.
Valencia M cook.
Mhm.
So we just trying to keep things going in our community to be able to have safe places to do things,
Mhm.
bring jobs, like
Mhm.
John Carr said. And, just be
Mm-hmm.
positive. It's so hard to even do anything now because of this COVID,
Mhm.
that rather not it's menopause or anything. You feel like the crazy period.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's just so scary, and
Yeah.
Everybody in menopause. That's why they
everybody in
doing this.
menopause.
Exactly. Yes.
And so, you just have to keep reaching out to people and have those small gatherings if you can. One or two people. They say two or more gathered, then we have a party.
Okay. And that's what we need to do.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So we have to just keep focusing on positive things during this COVID, because it can make I meant to say this, when you speak about getting older and stuff like that. So I finally decided to slow down, you know what I mean? And just do things that they say older people are supposed to do. You know what I mean? You're strong and then well, I don't like that. Okay? I don't like it very well.
No, and I don't blame you.
No. You gotta keep it moving. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
So we're gonna have Jordina, you gotta tell us how we get in contact with you for chosen career consultants. We're gonna help people get a job, a career.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
get out of that job that they're in and get a career that you love.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you just, the message is that you have choices. And a lot of times we sit around and wait to be chosen,
Mhm.
when the reality is that you do the choosing. You have the choices to make and you have options. And so that's what we're all about at Chosen Career Consultants. And so you guys can follow me on Facebook as well as Instagram, Chosen Career Consultants or Chosen Career Coach. You can find me either
Mhm.
way. And our goal is just to empower you, motivate you, and inspire you to make the choices that you need to start walking closer towards your purpose and walking closer towards just getting that satisfaction out of what you do every single day. It's really what it's about. So I am super excited to have been able to participate in this conversation today with this group of ladies. I so appreciate you guys being so open and candor about a topic that for the longest people just hushed about, or they call it the change, or
Yeah.
there's all of this sort of right, there's all of sort of this negative stigma about it. And when I look at you beautiful women here of different ages, you give hope to those that are going through it, and you give hope to us that are going to be going through it. And so
Yes.
I appreciate you guys, and what you're doing for our community.
Yeah.
That's what we do, JCBIY events, because we believe in you.
Yep.
Yes, I
Yes.
like that.
Right.
Yes.
Bye bye. We'll see you
See
next
ya.
week.
See you
All
later.
right. Thanks, Mom.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.